Good morning, and welcome to the first ever virtual Partners Read celebration. My name is Carol Allen, and I serve as the program coordinator for Wake Ed Partnership. As you know, our literacy program, Partners Read, is a very active and engaging one-on-one literacy program that occurs every Friday morning for 10 Fridays in the fall and 10 Fridays in the spring at many of our elementary schools across Wake County. This morning, as we come to you in a virtual celebration, our main emphasis is to thank you and to celebrate you. Those of you who have spent countless hours with the children throughout the year and even in past years, we want to say thank you. This comes as a very appropriate time because this week is National Volunteer Week. So we want to celebrate all of our volunteers. I want to let you know that this morning your program will be consisting of several key stakeholders who are involved in the overseeing of our Partners Read program. You'll be hearing from our interim president in just a minute. You'll be hearing from our school superintendent, Kathy Moore. You'll be hearing from key investors and site coordinators as well as volunteers. So again, we want to thank you for joining us. So go grab a cup of coffee, or I hope you already have, and just sit back on your couch and enjoy the Partners Read celebration. Our first guest today is Mrs. Caroline McCullen. Caroline has served as our interim president since January, and we just want to welcome her, and she's going to say a few words now. Here we go, Caroline.
Thank you, Carol. I'm Caroline McCullen, and I've had the honor and the privilege of serving as president of Wake Ed Partnership, but I've also served as a Partners Read volunteer. I know this program from the inside out, and it is amazing in its simplicity and its impact. Every Friday morning, children all over Wake County look forward to reading with their Partners Read volunteer, and I want you to know that we are still going strong. COVID-19 may have canceled some activities, but we have gone virtual. Friday mornings are still special at Wake Ed. On our website, we post a video of a guest reader so Partners Read Storytime can continue, even if the schools are not in session. As a former volunteer, I can tell you that this activity clearly benefits the students, but it may benefit volunteers even more. It is fun. So it's been a pleasure to be associated again with Partners Read and to watch the books going out our doors and the excitement of the children, the volunteers, and the site coordinators. And I just want to say thank you to all of our amazing volunteers for your dedication and your passion. You are the heart and soul of this project, and we are very grateful. Now I want to introduce you to Kathy Moore, our superintendent of Wake County Public School System, who has a few words to say on behalf of the district. Kathy?
I am so pleased to join you, if only for a couple of minutes and virtually, to just express my appreciation and congratulations to Wake Education Partnership on another stellar year with regards to our Partners Read program and collaboration. I know that our Partners Read program really does provide a service to our first grade students in 55 of our WCPSS elementary schools that is valued and important, not just for the academic piece that it has, but for the relationship piece that it builds with the adults who come into the building, the volunteers that Wake Ed Partnership garners to come in and develop those relationships with students on a consistent basis on those Friday mornings when they are all looking forward for their guest reader to come to them. It is just an important task, and the collaboration that we have that supports literacy being a right for all children, to grow that love of reading and to grow an appreciation for how we engage with adult mentors and building those relationships. Those hit on so many of the things that are a priority for us as a school system. So I want to thank Wake Ed Partnership for continuing this collaboration and the efforts to get the readers into our schools. it's just a big thank you and a big shout out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that we are also allowing some of our readers to now videotape themselves reading a book and distributing that to students so that they can see it as well. And that is just fabulous that we have pivoted, that you have pivoted as we have pivoted to help serve our students in a way that continues to maintain that relationship and that all important opportunity for our students to continue to develop their love of reading as well as their skills. So thank you. I know that this is a virtual celebration, so this is a virtual congratulations and thank you. And I certainly look forward to continuing this collaboration and work together as we move forward into the 2020-21 school year, whenever we're ready to do so. Thanks again.
Good morning. My name is Cindy Soder O'Neill, and I am a book nerd. My childhood memories include emptying entire shelves of library books into boxes to take home each week, losing myself in the silliness of Pippi Longstocking, and reading the Chronicles of Narnia more times than I can count. As an adult, I still treasure my library card, and over the past 15 years as a parent, some of my happiest moments with my children were spent reading to them when they were small, and then watching them discover the joy of reading on their own as they got older. I still remember the Saturday morning I came downstairs to find my then third grade son snuggled up into the couch, not watching cartoons, but completely absorbed in my copy of Harry Potter. I thought I'd wandered into heaven. But that heavenly moment eludes the 2/3 of Wake County's children who have no books or reading resources at home, or the nearly 1/3 of Wake County's third graders who are not reading at grade level. And because reading proficiency in third grade serves as a predictor of key indicators like school dropout rates and incarceration levels, reading isn't just about feeling good, it's a critical success factor for every child in our community. When I'm not lost in a book, I work at Child Trust Foundation, where our investments focus on policy and programs in early childhood education and literacy to benefit North Carolina's most vulnerable children and their families. As the charitable arm of IMC, the foundation believes that strategic investments in both advocacy and direct service can lead to systemic changes that will positively impact children's lives for generations to come. That's why we've been supporting the Partners Read program at Wake Ed Partnership for the past several years. When Wake Ed Partnership recruits and trains volunteers like all of you to read with developing first and second grade readers, in addition to providing books to fill students' home libraries, Wake Ed Partnership is really building relationships, and those relationships are what boost confidence and enjoyment in reading. Even in this stressful time when schools are closed and children and families are dealing with so much uncertainty, Wake Ed continues to provide support through virtual story times with weekly guest reader videos that are posted online. Helping to ensure that students have the supports they need to be successful readers is critically important work. Many thanks to all of you who make this amazing program possible. Child Trust is proud to partner with you and with Wake Ed as you remove barriers, expand opportunities, and assist teachers and families to ensure that every child is ready to read and ready to succeed.
My favorite thing about Partner Read is when I read and share it and see the pictures and keeping the books.
My favorite part with partner reading is reading with Miss Janet.
Reading with Mr. Michael and Miss Candy, because today with Mr. Michael I read a lot of books.
I like reading with Mr. Barry because he's a flyer thief and he's my friend.
Hello, my name is Scot McAlexander and I'm on the Board of Directors for Wake Education Partnership. As we celebrate Partners Read today, I want to thank the donors, the site coordinators, and the readers. Without your support and generosity, this program would not be possible. Thank you for making it a success this year. My thanks comes from Wake Ed, from the parents of the children we serve, and from the children who we have the pleasure of reading with each and every week. Like most of the children who participate in this program, I did not read on grade level when I was their age. I attended 4 different elementary schools in 3 different states by the time I was in the 4th grade. Each year I was assessed and then reassessed on what turned out to be my lack of reading proficiency. Throughout each year of elementary school, I spent hours and hours in a small reading room with a reading teacher, going through the color-coded SRA modules. I never learned how to love to read. I don't even like to read today, except when I get to read to a child. Whether it's my own children or whether it's the children we read to in Partners Read, I get to see the joy in their eyes as they experience a brand new book. That's what we do in Partners Read. We spend 15 minutes with a child, we let them pick out a book, and we don't expect anything else from them except to let us read to them or to have them read to us. That's it. Please don't underestimate the power of this program on the lives of children we serve. I so wish I had had somebody who would have come to my elementary school once a week on a Friday and sat down with me, let me pick out a book, and let me either read to them if I felt like it, or have them read to me. From the children we serve in Partners Read, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Fit. I like you. Thank you for reading my books with me. Thank you, Mr. Moore, for helping me read my books, and thank you for giving me these books to read. Mr. Lewis, I love you because I like to read every day because it's so nice, and I like to read every day. I love you.
Thank you, Miss Wills. Thank you for reading with me.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis, for letting me read. And every single day you give me a book, I read it at home 2 times a day. I miss you.
Good morning. My name is Erica Condry, and I am the site coordinator at Fred Olds Elementary School. 5 years ago, I entered into the Olds family and was told that I would be overseeing the work of the then Lawyers Read program. I remember coming in and being a little apprehensive because I'm working with lawyers. I was like, what is that going to be like? But at any rate, after a while, it turned into a beautiful symbiotic relationship. I feel as though I have bonded with the lawyers that have been in place since I got there. Now we have moved in and we've opened up and brought in more people into the program, more partners into the program, and it has been a joy for me every Friday to be able to come in and see all of the faces interacting with our students in our building, and also to see the children and their excitement and the glimmer in their eyes knowing that they're going to be able to spend some time with their partners. Even so, like I know before or after the Christmas holiday break, we often have the children coming back and they're like, it's Friday, where are the partners? And I'm like, not yet, it's coming. They'll be back in February 7th to be exact, or whatever the date may be. But again, it has been a great pleasure to watch you all interacting with the children on a weekly basis. I hate that weather and Miss COVID-19 has ruined everything for the foreseeable future, but I look forward to coming back and picking up where we left off and getting the opportunity to see us again working with the students and giving them those small moments that they'll remember. Because whether we realize it or not, the work that you all do with our children on a weekly basis throughout the year is going to be something that they remember as adults. We all have those small moments. This is going to be theirs that they remember from their elementary years. So thank you, Lisa Angel. Thank you, Deanna Thorne. Thank you, Natasha Collins. Thank you, Kim Howes. Thank you, Patty Coltless. Thank you, Scot McAlexander, better known as Scott with 1 T. And I also want to take the time to thank Mr. and Mrs. David Venable, who substitute for us, and all of you that take time out of your days to come to every single school that we are part of to give our students, again, the gift of reading. We thank you, we appreciate you, and we're glad you're here with us.
Thank you to all of our guest speakers this morning for this virtual Partners Read celebration. As we conclude, I would like to offer and share with you the program impact report for this year. As a reminder, Partners Read started in just 2014. We were in 3 schools. Sort of an interesting piece of trivia. In 2014, some members of the Wake County Bar Association came to us at Wake Ed and said, we would like to collaborate with you all and with Wake County Public Schools to come up with a literacy program. Oftentimes, if children are not reading on grade level by the end of 3rd grade, statistically, it shows that they don't graduate from high school. And so often when kids are not in school, they get in trouble, and that's just the way it is. And they end up in the court system. So the Bar Association very much sees firsthand this issue. So they came to us again, and we collaborated with the Bar Association and with Wake County Public Schools. And that first year, back in 2014, this literacy program was called Lawyers Read. And we had 4 lawyers going into 3 different schools, so about 12 volunteers that first year. As you know, we have grown tremendously over the last few years, and I'm happy to report that in this year, we were in 55 schools. So we've grown from 3 schools 6 years ago to now being in 55 schools. But we're not done. We want to be in every elementary school. This year, we have been able to serve over 550 students. So think about the children every Friday morning reading with an adult who cares about them. The adult, the partner who's not involved with a cell phone or an iPad or a computer, but instead just giving that one-on-one time with these precious children. So we've been able to serve over 550 students this year. Since this program began, we have been able to give out over 26,000 books to children in Wake County. Just this year alone, and you know, we were cut short by several weeks with our Partners Read program because of the virus. Just this week, this year alone, in our weeks of Partners Read, we've given out over 6,500 books. So I like to picture Friday mornings, these precious children receiving the books from their mentor after they read, and they put that book, it's like their prized possession. They take it and they put it in their backpack, and they share with their friends, and they take it home and they read it with their families and their big brothers and sisters, and maybe even friends who come to visit them. But all of those books that have been given out throughout Wake County this year, if we count up the total number of hours that have been read with a child this year, we're looking at about 1,647 to be exact. And that's looking at the 10 weeks that we had in the fall and really just the 3 or 4 weeks that we were able to have this spring. So again, over 1,600 hours were spent this year alone reading with children. And one of the most important parts, as you know, of this program would be the relationship between the children and the volunteers. I like to call them partners, but our partners, we have had over 330 to serve this year. And so this morning, this program is about you. And again, we celebrate you. We thank you for your time and talent as you have spent your time Friday mornings going to read to these children who just need some one-on-one time with a caring adult. Lastly, I want to share that Partners Read is in 47% of our elementary schools here in Wake County. 47%, that's almost half of our elementary schools here in Wake County have a Partners Read program. But as I said a few minutes ago, we want this to grow. And so if you know of a principal or a friend in your neighborhood who's involved in an elementary school who does not have the Partners Read program, please have them reach out to me. Again, I want to thank you, volunteers or partners, as we say. I want to thank all of the 55 site coordinators. You all are the the part that really helps this program at your individual school. So a huge shout out to all of the 55 site coordinators. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're sort of my team, and I have loved getting to know you and getting to see you this past school year as I've made the site visits to get to visit with you all. We want to thank the principals of all of the schools who are involved with our Partners Read program. Without your leadership and your approval, we wouldn't be able to have this program in your school. So thank you for your partnership. And one more person who we definitely want to thank is Mrs. Carrie McCullen, who is an academic literacy coach with Wake County Public Schools. Carrie so graciously spends countless hours looking through all of the books that are available for our Partners Read program, and then she meticulously selects the books and places that order for us so that we will have all these brand new books every fall and every spring to use with our Partners Read program. So Carrie, I just want to thank you so much for your help in this way. And then of course our investors with Child Trust Foundation. Cindy, we thank you for being here this morning, as well as all of our investors and partners. We thank you very much for your part, your very important part that you play in allowing this program to exist. Again, for National Volunteer Appreciation Week. What a fitting week that we are concluding now as we thank all of you who have been a very vital part of our Partners Read program. We look forward to having a full year next year where we can all get out and serve our children by sharing the love of literacy with them. Again, thank you for joining us this morning, and I hope you have a wonderful day.